Hello, everybody, and welcome to my corner of the universe. It's the Danny Brown Show, and I'm Danny Brown, and this is the Layla episode. A big shout out goes to Jack Ferguson for suggesting this. I think Jack was responding to the episode I did on the Cat Stevens number "Morning Has Broken" and how Rick Wakeman was never credited for his significant piano part that he wrote and performed on that recording. Uh, so Jack suggested that I might be interested in following up and seeing the connection between Layla and Rita Coolidge. Huh? Rita Coolidge. Well, I remember who Rita Coolidge is. I thought, well, she's kind of like a folk singer, but she was more of a pop singer and had a big hit on Your Love Has Lifted Me Higher. That was a Jackie Wilson hit in 1967, but I think in the 80s she had a big hit there. Anyway, this is 1970. Rita Coolidge, is dating the drummer for Derek and the Dominoes. That's Jim Jordan. And of course, Eric Clapton is playing with Derek and the Dominoes. And Eric wrote Layla, which is on the Layla and Other Assorted Love Songs album by Derek and the Dominoes, 1970. The piano part at the end that kind of just goes on and takes you out of the song, the credit for that was given to Jim Jordan, the boyfriend, but Rita Coolidge says she wrote it, and there are substantial witnesses to support that in fact Jim Jordan and Eric Clapton ripped her off for that piano exit piece. Now this is 1970, and it would have been harder, I think, then for a woman to, call foul and get people to pay attention to it. Not that it's easy now, but I think it would be even harder then. And I think she just kind of accepted that. Anyway, long story short, it is highly probable that she wrote the piano part. Now, you may be thinking, yeah, well, it's just that little piano part. What's the big deal? The song Layla is 7 minutes long. This piano exit, as they call it, is 4 minutes long. So it is the majority of the song. So it is kind of a big deal. And we're all familiar with the history of Layla, how Eric Clapton wrote that song as a consequence of his unrequited love for Patti Boyd. Beautiful Patti Boyd, who was married to Eric's good friend, George Harrison. George and Patti had met each other on the set of A Hard Day's Night, and she was one of the models in the movie. Right, and George and Patti were married for about 11 years. George wrote the song Something from an inspiration from Patti. She was the muse for that song. In addition to Layla, Clapton also wrote You Look Wonderful Tonight, also with Patti Boyd's inspiration. So anywho, so there's that part of it. But now the other half, more than half, if you will, 4 minutes out of 7, Rita Coolidge is responsible for a big hunk of this song. Anyway, and there's really a very tragic, sad story, if you want to pursue it, about Jim Jordan and what happened to him. But it's really a sad story about the terrible burden that serious mental illness like schizophrenia can cause a person. Jim Jordan was an extremely talented drummer. He recorded with Steely Dan and just a bunch of people. He was a great musician. So his story is a tragic one. But here we go. We're moving on. It is time to play Layla with the added piano part from Rita Coolidge.